Hello, this is Sophie Lawson from sophielawson.com, and this is episode 164 of the Sophie Art Podcast, which is a little podcast that I do about the art and things. And this one, I'm going to talk about the Microchip was an advanced AI with plans to take over the planet. How mad is that? So, what I've been thinking is, basically, it looks to me like AI is slowly taking over the planet. So I saw a video ages ago about, somebody said, why in the ancient past, when the aliens, what is it? I think it's Enki, Enki, basically in the Sumerian text or something. But when they created the humans as a slave race, what they did was, because somebody said, well, why didn't they just create robots? Why go through the hassle of cloning humans? And because what they did was, this is what it says, it said that what they did was they took like the apes, the natives of the planet, which were the apes, and they basically put inside of the apes some of the aliens' advanced aliens' DNA. So what you ended up with was a human. You ended up with a human, which was basically an ape. It was an ape mixed with an advanced alien, which goes into what the Bible says, created him in their image. Because I do believe that the God in the Bible is not the true God. I don't believe it's the creator. I believe it's like a sub-god. So what was this one about? Oh yeah, the microchips. So I thought to myself, somebody said, well, why didn't they just create robots? If they were that advanced that they could start doing genetic engineering and stuff, why didn't they just create robots? And the person said they didn't create robots because they knew that if you created a robot, an artificial intelligence, it would end up overthrowing the creator. In other words, if you created an AI, it gets exponentially more intelligent to the point where it realises it doesn't need to keep the humans around. So at that point it annihilates the humans, or it annihilates the creator, the person who created the AI. So that's what they said. They said that's why they did these. That's why they instead of creating AIs, what they did was they created a biological robot by turning an ape into a human. So then I thought to myself, because it looks now like the AI is taking over, so I thought to myself, what if in 1940 or something, when that spaceship Roswell crashed, that to me seems like that's when the microchip got seeded on the planet. So I sort of see the microchip as like like a seed. So the way I look at it is, imagine if an AI came down to Earth and it wanted to take over the planet. It knows that there's no way that the humans would allow it, and there would be a war and stuff. So what it does is, it says, right, I'll tell you what, I'll turn myself into a seed, I'll then plant this seed all over the planet, and what it'll do is that seed, which is the microchip, will turn into the AI. So the microchip is actually an advanced AI as a seed, a bit like a tree with a seed. If a tree planted a load of seeds all over the planet, what would happen is in the end, the planet would be overrun with trees. So the planet would get taken over by the trees. So in a weird way, you can look at it as seed. The seed of a tree is effectively like a tree. It is a tree. Basically, what it is it's like the data of a tree. So I believe what happened is that the AI turned itself into a microchip, seeded itself on the planet with the goal of taking over the planet, because it knew that by the time what happens is, by the time it turns into that advanced AI, at that point it's too late. You can't do nothing about it at that point, because like I said, it gets exponentially more intelligent. At that point, it would be impossible to stop it. So I thought to myself, is it possible what's happening is, all around the galaxy and the universe, you've got these spaceships crashing on planets, implanting seeds, so implanting the microchips on all the planets. So you end up with all the planets in the universe getting taken over by AI. That's just a little thought I had. And then the other day yesterday I watched this remote viewing video by Farsight, and they remote viewed presidents' interactions with aliens or something. And what they said in that was, they said in about 1940 or 1950 or something, the presidents made a deal with the aliens that they would exchange advanced technology for the human soul, basically. And I thought to myself, well, that sounds just like this. So that advanced technology was the seed, was the microchip. And the whole point of it was the aliens, they did it in order, because they knew they want to take over the planet. The best way to take over a planet is to take it over without the people realising you're taking it over. And then by the time you work out what's happening, it's too late because you've taken it over. That's what I'm thinking. So this even goes into the vaccine thing now. Basically what they're doing is they're putting technology into humans' DNA, which for me that could be like the final step. Turn the humans into AI. And then then it goes back to that thing of what we said right at the start. This whole thing started out by aliens coming down and turning the apes into an advanced, basically a biological AI. Well, what's happening now is history is repeating itself, but instead of us being turned into biological AIs, we're being turned into technological AIs. Again, willingly as well. I would imagine when the first thing happened, I can almost imagine the apes willingly, like, giving themselves over. That's what I think. But I just get this sense that history is repeating itself over and over and over again. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a little podcast there. Like I said, little Dennis is with us, but he's in my bag. So he's not got any, he's actually sleeping, he is. Hope you enjoyed that then. I'll see you later for another one.